Hi, I'm Diana DeRosa, and I'm with Kegan Witzki, who lives in Nevada and is the creator of the best narrative podcast. Yes, a podcast. We now have podcasts, and it's called SOS Humanity, Earth's Last Distress Signal. So I really want you to share with our audience exactly what this podcast is all about.
Of- Yeah, it's really nice to chat with you. So, this show, it's a lot in a good way. It's a musical sci-fi sketch comedy with like variety show elements. And in general, the show is about this lovable, naive optimist who's in charge of saving what's left of humanity. And the idea started back in like 2019 when I was very overwhelmed with the news cycle. And I, for some reason, comforted myself watching apocalyptic shows, but they felt very nihilistic. So I thought, well, what if I did the opposite point of view? And I ended up having a lot of fun in like delving into like finding joy about the end of the world. And some things like some examples, some like distress signals that this like character would try to send out to like prove that humans are worth saving, but he doesn't realize that they're terrible examples. Like, for example, about the world's first talking animal, but they learned that, their first thing they want to share with the world is they think the earth is flat. And like a song about a priest who like wants to appeal to the younger audiences by playing electronic dubstep music, but saying because it's Christian, that's totally fine. And so like all these different ways of proving like humans are totally worth saving. And even if the examples are terrible, the main character, Chip, he's trying to prove like, no, we're great. No, we're great. It's totally worth saving. I promise.
I have to say, I really loved listening to it and seeing that you did a twist on the podcast, a really interesting one. So definitely worth listening to this. Well, I know that everybody has takeaways. What's your takeaway from doing this? And what would you like the audience to take away?
So my biggest takeaway from this, and a friend of mine who helped me write some sketches in the show, it helped me clear up the point of view of mine, which was humans aren't always the best, but there is always hope, and we do have our moments where we shine, and it's worth investing in to always try to be better. And that's something not only making the show, but making friends when I was doing it that brought my faith in humanity, especially when I started doing this during COVID times. And it made me find my own sense of community, just like the show did.
Yeah, faith in humanity. I love that. Well, I want to
Yeah.
thank you for chatting with me. Do you have any last words you'd like to say?
Yeah, if I please, I hope you really find some optimism and especially when times feel bleak, when listening to this, you have something that you enjoy taking away from it. And there'll be an album coming out with the show that's with this, where I wrote about over 20 original comedy songs in different genres that you'll be able to hear by the end of the year.
Fabulous. Want to thank you again. And I am Diana DeRosa reporting for the Tryon International Film Festival.